Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing weekend so far, and whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you are being safe and responsible. And with that, in this video, I'm showing you how to actually divide a room that has a very long wall like this one into two separate spaces using a very cool renter-friendly hack that I'll be showing you how to make and also playing with some paint. So let's jump into this video. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having an amazing weekend so far. Whatever it is that you're doing, make sure that you are being safe and responsible, protecting your health and the health of those around you. With that, like I told you in the intro, I am dividing this long wall, my long renter wall, into two separate spaces. If you are a renter like I am, we have these cookie cutter apartments that have no character sometimes to them. They have no division between rooms, which is cool because I do like an open floor concept. However, I still want some sort of like distinction between this room and this room. So that's how I came up with this cool renter-friendly hack that I'm going to show you how to make because it is so easy and anybody can do it. And I'm finally committing to paint. I decided I wanted to paint this wall, so I went and chose some colors, had some swatches, and bam, did it. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. That was my original goal in the first place. I was just a little lazy. Make sure that you are checking with your landlord in your contract, whatever your living situation is, make sure that you are able to do changes like these. I have no issues doing this. And when I'm talking about my renter-friendly experience, I'm talking about my personal experience. So if you cannot paint, perhaps you can use wrapping paper or renter-friendly wallpaper, something that is friendly to your living situation. Again, same thing with nails. If you cannot put nails in the walls or drill holes, then you could probably use command strips, but always check with your landlord to make sure that you're doing something that you're allowed to do. And yeah, so I'm super excited to show you exactly what I did, and how about I just shut my gums and jump right into this DIY. So this is the wall I'm going to be working on, and to give you a little more context, this is a really long wall. As you can see, I already have my gallery wall on that side, and it just goes all around my apartment. So I want to divide the rooms and make this my actual dining room, which, excuse the mess, but I'm working on a lot of DIY projects at the moment, which is why my table has turned into this mess. So my goal again is to just cover this whole wall and divide the rooms right there where the ceiling and the wall meet and bring it down. The color that I'm using for the wall is turmeric by Bear, and keep in mind I didn't need this much paint. I could have been fine with just 1 quart. So if you're doing a project similar to this one, just keep in mind that you may be able to save some money that way. And I cleaned the walls thoroughly. I wanted them to be clean before I painted them, protected the floors using some plastic lining, and got to measuring. One thing I want to share with you friends is that if you are measuring, make sure you measure 3 times, 4 times, however many times you need to measure to get your measurements correct. Because I just realized that I started drawing the line and then that line was super crooked. I was like, why? It's because if you are measuring and your measuring tape goes under here, like that little crevice back there, it will cause it to come down. So your measurements are going to be like all over the place. So make sure that you take your time to measure. I then remeasured the line using a level because I was not getting a straight line with the measuring tape. Covered the section with painter's tape just to protect it and make sure that I was staying within the lines. Protected the floor. Again, this is a renter space and I wanted to stay clean, and pour the paint onto my painter's tray using this little yellow nozzle that I got from Home Depot, and it is a total game changer. This little trick I learned from Joanna Gaines, and it's just to prevent the fuss from getting onto the actual paint. I ended up doing 2 coats because it was a little streaky since I was painting at nighttime and it was hard to see, and for the corners I painted with a little brush. Let me tell you how excited I am to share this DIY with you all. I started by measuring my foam board at 2.5 inches and I cut it using my X-Acto knife. I ended up cutting 4 strips, and since this is a renter-friendly hack or DIY, I'm using command strips to attach them to the wall. Okay friends, so I just finished putting the trim on the wall and it looks great already. As you can see, I went back and I reinforced it using some very tiny nails. However, this is completely optional, it's just me being extra, but I'm gonna go over it with some plaster treatment. And like I told you before, I have no issues using nails in my apartment. However, you can just use the command strips and be totally okay. Sorry for the lighting, but it's getting really dark over here in Atlanta. I just went over and I put some painter's tape around it because I'm gonna use this Dollar Tree spackling mix to just go over it and make it smooth and make it look like an actual piece of the wall. To put the spackling on the trim, I cut 2 extra pieces of foam board that I put on each side of the actual trim. These acted as a guide and gave me a clean edge whenever I lifted them up. So I actually made a mistake and forgot to cover the sections where the boards met. I ended up going back and covering them with some painter's tape and repeated the spackling step. Then, using 120 grit sandpaper, I gave the trim a light sanding and painted it using a white glossy paint I had in my stash. And voila! Okay, my friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that DIY and decor hack / renter friendly hack. So if you liked it, make sure that you leave me a comment below. Let me know what you thought about it. And also, don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button down here because you don't want to miss all the content I have coming your way. I am actually going to be using this little cool hack in other decor projects around my apartment, and I cannot wait to share them with you all. And with that, like I always tell you, take care of yourself, take care of those around you, and don't forget, the journey is what brings us happiness, not the destination. I love you all. See you on the next one. Bye! Mwah.